Hi guys, Dr. Julie here with Sergent Wellness, and today I want to go over an alternative technique to self-release your adductor muscles, so your groin muscles, the inner thigh. This area can be super problematic when it comes to pelvic pain, low back sacral pain, knee pain, hip pain, and it's typically an area that's easy for us not to pay as much attention to. And some people I've found have difficulty getting the right release with just foam rolling or just using their massage stick. So I found this different technique and I want you to try it as long as you have the tools and as long as it feels comfortable. So if we compare it to the way any soft tissue technique should feel, it shouldn't increase your pain more than like a 3 or a 4 stretch kind of sensation. So we don't want to induce any numbness or tingling. We certainly don't want to finish the technique and hurt more. So just take those things into consideration when you try this. What you'll need is a weighted sand ball or slam ball, something that holds its shape and gives you some concentrated weight. So you can try different things, but I'm going to show you with this today, and I might throw in a kettlebell or something at the end. So what you're going to do is lay on your side. So if I'm going to release, if I'm focused on more of a release, getting pressure into the right side, I'm going to lay on my right side. So I'm just supporting my head or laying my head down, and I want to be in a position where my trunk is slightly flexed relative to my hips, so I don't need to be in this straight line. And then I'm going to take the ball and I'm going to roll it up on my inner thigh. So I'm going to start it higher up. So I'm straddling the ball and I've got pressure on that inner thigh. What you can do is slightly roll your hips forward. And this might take some time to find just that right spot. And you can straighten your knee, the top one, or bend it to change the way the pressure feels. So you want to just focus on your breath and let that ball sink. And you can roll the hips, like I said, a little bit forward, a little bit backwards, just to offer the right amount of pressure. Now I'm going to usually move this ball a couple of times. So I'm moving it a little bit more towards the middle. So out of that highest position, and I'm doing the same thing. So now I'm going to bend my bottom knee a little bit more. And I'm just I'm moving from my pelvis. And I might just even just hang out, so I don't need to move at all. Roll the hip forward a bit, backwards. Okay, so I'll show you how you would use a kettlebell. So if you have a light kettlebell, this is 8.8 pounds. You can do the same thing, you just might not feel like you have quite enough. It just really depends on how long you've had pain in this area or in the areas that it's referring to, and how sensitive you are. It depends on a lot of different things. So I can do it just laying on my side and using my opposite hand to kind of work that kettlebell around. So I'm kind of doing more of a smash technique. And I could also do that same thing where I straddle this weight or put it right between my legs and I let my top leg rest. And then I'm getting kind of a double whammy. I'm getting a release to the bottom and I'm getting a release to the top. I'm going to be able to get this higher up into the adductors. So we have some adductors that are really high and it's not in a particularly comfortable area for people to maybe get massaged or get body work done on, but it's really important in how much it can refer and produce pain into these surrounding areas. So we don't want to just leave this area alone altogether if you're interested in feeling your best. So I can get this weight higher up. So I'm hitting the adductor brevis and the pectineus more, these really high muscles that can cause pain and problems in the hip, the tailbone, the pelvic floor area. Okay. Alternatively, you can also try the same thing. If you haven't had much experience foam rolling the inner thigh or really doing any work, I would suggest starting with something a little bit more forgiving, or that's not going to be as weighted. And so a peanut could work for you. So if you were using your peanut, you would position it up and down and just relax your legs together. So this is going to be a good place to start. You could also do this same thing with your foam roller. So instead of rolling, maybe getting into that foam rolling position is difficult for you because of your hip mobility or just the comfort. You could even just, instead of trying to roll it, just position your roller between your legs. And that might be enough pressure for you starting out. Okay, that is it. If you were going to do this on both sides with your weighted ball or your light kettlebell, I recommend doing it in sections, so 1 to 2 minutes on each side. And if you have any other questions, just reach out.